Breathe music.
My name is Sabrina.
And my name is Laura.
And this is
Let's Chat.
We did it the opposite way this time. That was
I
kind of
know,
cool.
I like it.
But let's just start off with the fact that a lot of you guys complained about sound.
And we don't like that.
So hopefully the sound's better.
Hopefully, we have a little thing here. So.
All right. You want to get into the topic?
Yeah, so I'm excited today. So I got here and Sabrina was telling me about the story that happened to her today. I'm excited to hear about this.
Yeah, so we're going to call this story time.
Story time with Sabrina. And I'm just here listening, so.
All right.
So I'm really excited. Okay, so tell me what happened.
All right. So I had an interview today.
Okay. So interview with a certain company.
Yeah. I had an interview with a company. Or the owner of a company is, of course, a small business. Mm-hmm. If my boss watches this, I wasn't trying to leave. It was really a part-time side money type interview just to see, if I can make a little bit of extra side money, nothing crazy. Mm-hmm. And the interview turned into a tarot card reading.
So was it like the person that was interviewing you? And like, how did she get into the whole thing?
So basically, she called me 15 minutes late. And I've just been in a place in life where I'm like, listen, my time is valuable. You feel me?
Period.
So when she called me back, I didn't answer because I was like, you're 15 minutes late. Like, no. And then she texted, I am, whatever you call it on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, I try to call you, like, can you, whatever. So I thought about it for a second. I was like, Sabrina, should I call her back? Like, is this worth your time? And I was like, whatever. Just call her back, Sabrina. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we were just talking about her. She was talking about how she was a new mother and all that good stuff. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. But all that to say, she was talking about all that good stuff, and then she told me about the job. And she asked me what I did, and I told her what I did now. And she told me about the job, and I told her, of course, this would just be something I do in my spare time. But she needed someone to have more than just spare time for the job.
Okay, so was this like a business type job, or was it just like a regular?
It's like a corp job, kind of, yeah. But it's a small business, so can you really call it corp? I don't know. But yeah. And she was just like, I feel like I'm here for a different purpose. She was like, I know I told you about the job, but I could tell this isn't a good fit for you. But I feel like I'm here for a different purpose. I'm like,
what you mean?
Right, I'm like, So she's just like, what's coming up? And I'm just like, She's like, something just changed in your life. And I'm like,
It's like, is this an interview or
right?
Were you confused? Like,
I was wild confused. I was just like, I don't know what you want me to say. She's like, there's two things I've noticed. She said, there's two things that I could tell. Something is very different. And like, she said, something's very different in your life and something's coming up. And I said, I don't know what's coming up. And then, long story short, she started talking about like basically living in the moment and like embracing the time I'm in. And she started talking about embracing fear, and she just started saying a whole lot of things, right? And then I was just like, and then she started talking about like even like relationships and how she took a long time to get pregnant, and don't ever rush if you're not ready to have a kid. Don't ever rush to have a kid. She started saying stuff like that.
Personal.
Yeah.
Was it awkward?
Nah, because I'm a people person. So
you're just getting into it. I gotta be like, so you gonna pay me or not?
That I'm a people person, so I'm like, yo, what?
That's definitely Sabrina. She'd be like, oh, for real?
What you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking? Like, I need to. What is God trying to tell me? And then, mind you, I got a reading earlier this year, and let me tell y'all the reading I got this year. Is it bad to tell your readings? You can tell people your readings.
I mean, I don't know this stuff. I don't do it.
Okay. I got a reading this year, and none of these readings I asked for. It just kind of came to me, and they both are like with God. Like they both say they're like they're speaking to a higher, they believe in a higher power and all that. If I'm wrong for this, I mean, it is what it is, but I feel like God knows my heart. But that's just what I gotta say. I don't feel like no one can stop what God has for me. So if I'm wrong for this, then I'm wrong. But
so like, do you like pray about it and be like, God, hey, is this like for me, or
No.
are you speaking? Maybe you should ask God, like, hey God, so this girl said this. Do you think it's
it's all positive things though.
Yeah, that's good.
So like,
because like for me, like I kind of have trust issues. Like if a random person comes up to me and like, oh, this and this and this. I mean, it's all different. I'd be like, oh, really? You know, I have to like pray about it and be like, God, is this you, or are they just chatting?
I be like, I was very, very skeptical of it. Like when the first person did it, I was just like, because they randomly did it, and I was just like, huh? But then they started saying so many things that really like kind of touched my heart. Like first of all, maybe they knew this was how to get to me. The first thing the one on January 3rd said to me was, she said, she was like, you have the spirit on you. Like you have a very, very strong connection with God. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was like, all right, let me listen.
God, what you saying?
What you saying, sis? Like, but all right, I won't get too much into it, but basically just telling me what to look forward to within the year and letting me know how to let go of things that happened in the past. Mm-hmm. So just giving me positive, uplifting words. But the one today, I do want to at least share something she told me, because I feel like everyone can learn from this. And
it's up to you, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like hopefully someone gets something from this. But she told me basically fear is excitement. So she was like doing her
excitement.
Mm-hmm. So she was like doing her tarot cards, and she was like, fear is excitement. Mm. So I was like, okay, what do you mean fear is excitement? And she told me, so remember I told you, she said like, you have something coming up. I didn't know what she was talking about. But after she started talking, I was like, she's talking about Friendsgiving, right? Mm. And then she was just like, anything that you want to do with your life, or anything that, you know, you want to, whatever in, like you want to be successful in, like you might be fearful, but once that fear goes away, it's going to turn into excitement, because you're going to be able to know you can do it type thing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Does it really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Does it really? So she was just basically saying like, when you're scared, you should walk through your fear. So she was pretty much saying like, okay, when you're playing football, run towards the goal, the closer you get to goal, more and more people are trying to block you. That's the fear. You're getting to your goal.
There's so many like obstacles like in front of you.
Exactly. So you're getting to the goal. It's just fear is one of the things that's trying to hold you back. And if you feed into that fear, you're never going to get to your goal.
That makes sense.
And I was like, wow.
So do you feel like you kind of had some fear going into the whole thing?
Yeah, because I'm spending way more money this year.
Yeah. Ooh.
I like to put together like certain things. You know, I'm extra. And if I'm going to do something,
it has to be like extravaganza.
Yeah, I want it to be extra. So if I want to do something, I just want to do it how I want to do it. So the fear is just making at least breaking even. Yeah. You know? And that's really it. And then one of my friends, he told me, you know, you need to do more with this. Like you should, like you have people traveling from out of state to come. What you should do is you
major.
should. Yeah. Yeah. He was like, you need to do one in New York next year.
Ooh. And you have a lot of people in New York too.
Like half the people coming this year are from New York. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So he was just like, you need to do one in New York next year, maybe Atlanta. He was like, just do a tour. He said you should make this into a tour, like a Friendsgiving tour.
Good ideas.
Isn't that crazy?
We're in New York next year, guys. Turn up.
Yeah, you better speak it.
Period.
But I'm rambling, but all that to say, like when she started talking about the fear thing, when he said that, I got so much anxiety. I'm like, I can't do that. Like, that's so much money. Like, what if it fails? Like, one, I'm gonna be embarrassed. Like, oh damn, I tried this and I failed. Yeah. And then I'm gonna lose money. But she was just telling me, she was just like, every successful person goes through debt. Like, so you cannot be fearful of debt. Like, in order to be successful, you have to go through that. And you're going to fail. Fail drives success. So I was just like, wow, this is why I picked up the phone today. Anyways, that was my story. Y'all.
That was a crazy interview. Like, I'd have been like, so about the job, so you still gonna give me the job. But, did I, pass my interview? But nah, that was definitely crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like some people were like, what? Because, yeah, it's insane. But, I mean.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Tell us what you think about Sabrina. Because I think it's crazy. What do you think?
I was like.
I think it's a crazy story, especially the fact that it was an interview. And it was just like.
An interview turned into. I feel like. Genuinely, and this might make me crazy too, so if y'all think I'm crazy, it is what it is. But I'm like, yo, I feel like that was for me. Like, I feel like that I needed that. Like,
okay, and that's all that matters. If you feel like you needed it, no, honestly, because it's like it's not about what we think. Because we might be like, oh my god, that's so crazy, but you feel like, oh, that was God speaking to me,
right?
Yeah.
And
you got something out of it, right?
Yeah.
To overcome your fears.
Yeah. Another thing she mentioned, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but she started talking about basically being single and living within your moment, and just basically how to embrace it and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna go too much into it, but yeah, she gave me some gems, y'all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to hear your gems. But anyway, guys, let us know what you think about a crazy story that happened to Sabrina. I thought it was like insane. I still wanted her to get the job, but she got something out of it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Do you want to add anything to it?
Yo, if you had tarot readings, please let me know. Do y'all think my tarot reading was real, or do you think it was BS?
You asking me?
No, I want them to tell me.
Okay.
It used to be like, I don't know. All right, y'all. Well, that was my story time.
That was a crazy story. Thanks for watching. Until next time.